Do you think you're the perfect cat parent? You love your little feline more than anything and would do whatever it takes to keep them happy and healthy. But what if I told you that right now you might be making a silent mistake? A seemingly harmless habit that day by day could be putting your cat's well-being at risk. We asked dozens of expert veterinarians a simple question. What is the most common and dangerous mistake that cat owners make without even realizing it? At first the answers were predictable: diet, playtime, but then one answer kept coming up over and over again. An answer that left us speechless. A quiet, common, and incredibly dangerous mistake. Before we start our countdown, if you love cats and want only the best for them, help us spread this crucial information. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next tips, and if you're really excited, smash that new hype button to let YouTube know this content is important. All set? Great, let's dive in. Mistake number 8. Ignoring their dental health. Let's start with something many people completely overlook: their cat's mouth. We often think, it's an animal, its teeth clean themselves, right? The answer is a loud, definitive no. The American Veterinary Medical Association estimates that over 85% of cats over the age of 3 suffer from some form of dental disease. This isn't just a little bad breath. We're talking about gingivitis, periodontal disease, and plaque and tartar buildup that, if left untreated, can cause excruciating pain, tooth loss, and even worse, systemic infections. Bacteria from the mouth can enter the bloodstream and travel to vital organs like the heart, liver, and kidneys, causing permanent damage and shortening your cat's life. Your cat can't tell you, "My tooth hurts," so they suffer in silence, maybe eating less or becoming more irritable, and you might just write it off as old age or them being picky. Prevention is everything. The ideal solution is regular toothbrushing. I know what you're thinking. No way, my cat would murder me. But with patience, it can be done. Start slow. Use a soft, bristled baby toothbrush or a finger brush made for cats, and most importantly, an enzymatic toothpaste formulated for cats. Never use human toothpaste, as fluoride is toxic to them. Start by letting them lick a little toothpaste off your finger. Then gently rub your finger on their teeth. Only then should you introduce the brush, cleaning just a few teeth at a time and always rewarding them afterward. If brushing is completely out of the question, there are good alternatives: dental treats and kibble designed to reduce plaque, water additives, and oral gels. Finally, schedule regular dental checkups with your vet. A professional cleaning under anesthesia might seem expensive, but it's a priceless investment in your friend's long-term health. Mistake number 7. Providing a boring, understimulating environment. This mistake is especially common among owners of indoor-only cats. We think we're keeping them safe, and that's true, but we often condemn them to a life of mind-numbing boredom. A cat in the wild spends its days hunting, exploring, climbing, and marking its territory. A cat in a flat, empty apartment spends its days sleeping, eating, and staring at a wall. This lack of stimulation, known as environmental deprivation, leads to a host of behavioral and physical problems. The cat might become apathetic and depressed, or on the flip side, develop destructive behaviors like scratching furniture, urinating outside the litter box, or showing aggression. Physically, boredom often leads to overeating and underexercising, paving the road to obesity and all the health issues that come with it. You need to turn your home into a feline paradise. This process is called environmental enrichment, or catification. The key is to think vertically. Cats love vertical space. Invest in a tall, sturdy scratching post, or even better, a multi-level cat tree. Install some wall shelves they can climb to survey their kingdom from above. A perch or shelf by a secure window is like high-definition TV for a cat, especially if you put a bird feeder outside. Rotate their toys to keep them interesting, and dedicate at least 15-20 minutes a day to interactive playtime with a feather wand or laser pointer, always letting them catch a physical toy at the end to provide satisfaction. Puzzle feeders are fantastic. They force the cat to use its brain and paws to get its food, mimicking the hunt and fighting off boredom. Mistake number 6. Misunderstanding and punishing. Natural behaviors. A cat scratching the sofa. A cat jumping on the kitchen counter. A cat meowing at night. Our instinctive reaction is often to scold them, spray them with water, or worse, give them a little swat. This is one of the most damaging mistakes you can make in your relationship with your cat. Punishment doesn't work on cats. Unlike dogs, they don't have a mental framework based on a pack hierarchy and pleasing a leader. When you punish a cat, it doesn't connect the punishment with its action, scratching. It connects the punishment with you. The result? A cat that is afraid of you becomes anxious and stressed, and might even escalate the unwanted behavior as a sign of its distress. You are destroying the bond of trust, which is the foundation of any healthy relationship. The key is to understand the why behind the behavior and redirect it. Scratching furniture? It's not out of spite. It's to mark territory, stretch muscles, and maintain nail health. The solution isn't punishment, but providing a better alternative. Get different types of scratching posts, vertical sisal rope, horizontal cardboard, and place them in strategic locations, like near where they sleep or next to the furniture they're destroying. Make the post more attractive with catnip and the furniture less attractive with double-sided tape or citrus-scented sprays. Jumping on the counter, they're curious and seeking a high vantage point. Instead of scolding, make the counter inaccessible or unpleasant with temporary aluminum foil, while simultaneously offering a higher, more appealing spot, like that cat tree we mentioned. Meowing at night? They might be bored, hungry, or just have a different internal clock. Make sure you have an evening play session to burn off energy and give them a small meal before bed. Ignore the meows after ruling out medical issues and reward the quiet. Always use positive reinforcement. Reward the behaviors you want with treats, praise, or affection. Let's pause for a second. Out of these first 3 mistakes, did one of them really hit home for you? Maybe you just had a light bulb moment about a behavior your cat has that you never understood. Or perhaps you have a genius solution that could help others. This is the perfect time to drop down into the comments and share your story. And if you're finding this video helpful so far, don't forget to hit the like button, or even smash that new hype button to show YouTube that this kind of content matters. Let's create a constructive discussion, help each other, and become better cat parents together. Now back to our countdown. Mistake number 5, not brushing them enough. But my cat has short hair, he grooms himself. This is a classic line. Yes, cats are meticulous groomers, but their self-grooming has its limits. Failing to brush regularly, even a short-haired cat, can lead to problems you wouldn't expect. For long-haired cats, it's a recipe for disaster. Mats aren't just ugly, they pull on the skin, causing pain and irritation. Dirt and moisture can get trapped under these tangles, creating a perfect environment for skin infections and parasites. Furthermore, when a cat licks itself, it swallows dead hair. Too much ingested hair leads to hairballs, which can cause vomiting, constipation, and in severe cases, intestinal blockages that require emergency surgery. But the problem isn't just physical. We're missing a golden opportunity. Brushing isn't a chore. It's a bonding ritual. It mimics the social grooming that cats do with each other to strengthen their bonds. It's a moment of connection and affection that reduces stress for both of you. Choose the right tool, a fine-toothed, slicker brush or a rubber glove for short-haired cats, and more specific tools like a furminator or wide-toothed combs for long-haired cats to remove the dead undercoat without irritating the skin. Turn brushing into a positive experience. Start with short sessions when your cat is relaxed, maybe after a nap. Use a gentle voice and reward them at the end. Besides preventing health issues, you'll notice your relationship becoming deeper and more trusting. And while you're brushing, it's the perfect opportunity to check for any lumps, parasites, or skin abnormalities, making you their first line of defense. Mistake number 4. Using the wrong food bowls too deep. It seems like such a tiny detail, right? A bowl is a bowl. And yet, for a cat, the shape of their bowl can turn mealtime from a moment of joy into a source of stress and pain. The problem is all about their whiskers. Whiskers are incredibly sophisticated and sensitive sensory organs. When a cat has to stick its entire head into a deep, narrow bowl to get to the food, its whiskers are constantly being bent and pressed against the sides. This repeated contact causes a very annoying condition known as whisker fatigue. Imagine if every time you ate, something was persistently pressing into your cheeks. It's irritating and painful. A cat suffering from this might start showing strange behaviors, pulling food out of the bowl with its paw to eat it on the floor, eating only from the center of the bowl while leaving the edges, or in extreme cases, they might even stop eating, leading you to think they're just a picky eater. The solution is incredibly simple and cheap. Toss out the deep, narrow bowls. Switch to wide, shallow bowls, or even better, flat plates. Materials like ceramic or stainless steel are preferable to plastic, which can get scratched and harbor bacteria, and can sometimes cause a condition called feline acne on their chin. By spreading the food on a flat surface, you allow your cat to eat comfortably without its precious, hypersensitive whiskers touching anything. It's a tiny change that can make a huge difference in your cat's comfort and happiness at mealtime. Dinner should be a pleasure, not a pain. Mistake number 3. Overusing scented products. We love for our homes to smell clean and fresh. Lavender candles, essential oil diffusers, air fresheners, heavily perfumed detergents, and especially scented cat litter. To us, these smells are pleasant. To a cat, they can be an absolute nightmare. A cat's sense of smell is at least 14 times more powerful than ours. A scent that is delicate to us is an overwhelming explosion to them. Scented litter, designed to mask odors for our benefit, can be so offensive to a cat that it drives them to avoid the litter box entirely, leading them to do their business in inappropriate places like on the carpet or your bed. But the problem goes beyond simple annoyance. Many of the products we use are toxic to cats. Essential oils are particularly dangerous. Oils like eucalyptus, tea tree, citrus, peppermint, pine, and cinnamon are highly toxic if ingested, licked off their fur, or even just inhaled from a diffuser. They can cause liver damage, respiratory problems, tremors, and in the worst cases, can be fatal. The golden rule is, the less scent, the better. Always choose unscented litter. The best strategy for odor control isn't to mask it, but to eliminate it. Scoop the box daily and do a full, regular change. You can add a little baking soda to the bottom to absorb odors naturally and safely. Ditch the chemical air fresheners, plug-ins, and scented candles. If you want to freshen the air, open the windows or use an air purifier with a HEPA filter. If you absolutely must use essential oils, do extensive research on which ones are safe in homes with cats. There are very few, and they must be used with extreme caution, and always ensure your cat has an escape route to an unscented room. Your cat's health is worth far more than a house that smells like artificial pine. Mistake number 2, free feeding without monitoring. Filling the bowl in the morning and letting your cat manage it throughout the day? It sounds convenient, right? Especially if we're out of the house for long hours. And for some cats, it works. But for many others, it's a one-way ticket to obesity. Many cats, especially spayed or neutered and indoor cats, lack the necessary self-control and sense of fullness. They're on the seafood diet. If they see food, they eat it. They gorge themselves, not because they're hungry, but out of boredom, stress, or simply because the food is there. Feline obesity is a silent epidemic. According to the Association for Pet Obesity Prevention, nearly 60% of domestic cats are overweight or obese. This extra weight isn't just a cosmetic issue. It dramatically increases the risk of diabetes, arthritis and joint pain, heart and respiratory problems, urinary tract disease, and even certain types of cancer. You are, in effect, unintentionally shortening their life. The solution is to switch to scheduled, measured meals. Instead of a constantly full bowl, offer 2 or 3 meals a day at set times. How do you know how much food to give? Every bag of cat food has a feeding chart based on weight. Use that as a starting point and adjust based on your cat's activity level and body condition. If you're unsure, ask your vet. The transition from free feeding to scheduled meals might take some patience, as your cat will likely protest. Start gradually, leaving the bowl empty for longer and longer periods between meals. Regularly check their weight and body condition. You should be able to feel their ribs without pressing too hard, and they should have a visible waist when you look down at them from above. Remember, food isn't love. Love is taking care of their health, and that means portion control. Mistake number 1, waiting too long to seek vet help. And here we are, at the point that made every single veterinarian we spoke to shudder. The most common, most heartbreaking, and most lethal mistake of all, waiting. Your cat seems a little off. He's eating a bit less than usual. He's quieter, hiding more. Our first thought is, let's see how he is tomorrow. Maybe he just ate something funny. We don't do this out of neglect, but out of love. We don't want to stress them out with a vet visit. But here lies the tragic, fundamental problem that every cat owner must understand. Cats are masters of hiding pain. It's an ancient survival instinct. In the wild, an animal that shows weakness becomes prey. So your cat will hide its suffering until the last possible moment. This means that by the time you notice something is wrong, the problem didn't just start. The problem has likely been going on for days, if not weeks, and it has reached a point where your cat no longer has the energy to hide it. That let's wait and see window, he already went through that, alone, in silence. Waiting another day can be the difference between a treatable condition and a death sentence. One vet told us about a cat brought in for just being a little quieter than usual. No vomiting, no limping. The diagnosis, advanced kidney failure. Waiting another 24 hours would have been fatal. The solution is a change in mindset. Become a proactive, not a reactive owner. Learn to recognize the subtle signs of illness, changes in eating or litter box habits, hiding more than usual, changes in meow, over-grooming or under-grooming, irritability or lethargy. If anything seems off, don't wait. Call the vet. You should never feel embarrassed or think you're being paranoid. The worst-case scenario is they tell you everything is fine, which is wonderful news. The cost of caution is infinitely lower than the cost of regret. Vets see it every day. The owners who arrive too late, heartbroken, whispering, "If only I had brought them in sooner." Don't be that owner. Your vet is your partner in your cat's care. Trust your gut. A needless visit is always better than a lost life. If this video was helpful and gave you even one valuable piece of information to improve your cat's life, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more tips, and hit that notification bell. And most importantly, share this video with every cat lover you know. You could literally save a life. Thank you for watching.